Okay. And, Alright, hello everyone! I'm your host, Madam Tilly, and Bark Roll Plushie form, and these are my friends, and welcome to the Waifu Tavern. And welcome to ERP, that's the Elezen Retrospective Podcast. I'm your host, and as the aforementioned Tilly, and to Plushie's left, we have Knockvale Etz.
How's it going, folks? Nox here. Hard gamer, plays on the hardest difficulty available. Has bad dad jokes for days. It's an honor to be here once again, Tilly. I know it's tough to get a hold of me because of my extremely busy schedule, but I'm more than happy to, be here on the podcast as always. Hello, folks. Good evening. Good to be here.
Yeah, sometimes I gotta slide through DMs to get your attention, but I do just love your company, darling. And but yeah, if this is taking a toll on you, then I can see giving you a break if you want. Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. Appreciate it. Thanks.
Then wiggling there in the middle is the Sassy Chestnut.
Hello, I'm Sassy Chestnut. I am your crazy envy. I love my farming sims and my JRPGs.
Alright. And then we have the wonderful Tide Donuts. How's it going, man?
Just a resident shitlord and shitposter, all in form of all things chaos.
Yeah. Oh, there's the one I want to bring back on the podcast. Penny Pinson, how you doing, darling? And hey, Drunken Salamander. Blue Lotus Designs. You gotta get in here sometime. Yeah. Now, before we break into the main discussion, which we put off for a while, my bad, is remakes and remasters. Chaos, I'm a professional? Fuck yeah.
Oh, hey, Doc.
This is, but yeah, we'll talk about some updates, because, they got destroyed by a rake. I did not gather them. I found magical mushrooms in my compost pile today. Oh.
Rip.
Well, you missed a good time.
Oh, wow. That's wow.
But yeah, let's see here. Games-wise, let's see, what have y'all been playing lately? Yeah. Start with you, Tito.
Baldur's Gate.
Nice.
Been having fun doing co-op games with my buddies. I still have yet to finish my third playthrough, but yeah, me and my buddies are going for the Jack of all trades achievement.
Saw you playing with Puma. And how long does those playthroughs take you?
It depends. On solo, my longest campaign was my Oathbreaker, which was my first run, which was 57 hours.
That's not bad.
And I did it again on the Dark Urge. Mind you, I skipped a lot of content in Act 2 and Act 3 on my Dark Urge, and that one only took me about 38 hours.
Okay, because I had a couple people wanting to play that with me, and sometimes it's hard to nail down a collab for a like a one-off game, like a Fall Guys or a Left 4 Dead. And I keep hearing that Baldur's Gate's like 200 hours, so I'd be like, I don't know if I can want to for myself.
If you want to go do everything, and it takes a lot longer in multiplayer because everybody's kind of a little scatterbrained whenever they play, unless you have someone who basically takes the leash and says, no, we're going this way, and we're going to be doing it the most efficient way possible. Yeah, I could see how it could lasting up to 200 hours, but like I said, it really depends on who you have. His party size is 4.
Yeah. I saw like there's like an interactive map, kind of like with Breath of the Wild, so in case you want to like hunt down every little piece of treasure and possible side content, you can use this map, the interactive map, and just click off what you've done. So,
The best you can do is basically make custom markers. Um, but yeah, if you ever wanted to do Baldur's Gate, I'd be more than happy to guide you through it.
Perhaps. I know we're not gonna hit you up for like some collab Diablo playthroughs at some point.
I after what they did to Diablo 4, I basically am not picking up D2 or Diablo 4 again.
What they do.
Oh, it was just all the balancing, quote unquote, balancing things they did with the first season, and then just went full. Uh, oh, it was just a bunch of fuckery. Like they nerfed all the classes. They said, "Oh well, people weren't getting experience fast enough that we thought," and then they proceeded to nerf XP generation as well.
Love you, McPound.
So
Let's see.
if you wanted to play
artificially
Diablo,
trying to life in the game.
if you wanted to play Diablo with me, the only one I'm playing is going to be playing is Diablo 2 Resurrected.
What about 3?
I did not like 3.
Uh,
I finished it. I did as much as I could. And I mean, I could reinstall it, but I mean, out of the 4, Diablo 2 is the best one, hands down.
Zed asks, who's your favorite companion in Baldur's Gate 3?
Good playthrough, Karlach. Evil can playthrough, Minthara.
I hate Gale. Anyways,
I don't know anybody that likes Gale.
Yeah, before we do a Baldur's Gate podcast, Sassy, what you been playing?
I've been playing Coral Island on stream. And
I lurked during one of the streams, really good.
yeah, and I discovered that they have a non-binary character in it, and like it made me so happy, but they're married. So I'm really depressed about that.
What
Because
game
they
is
just
this?
got a major update too, so I wanted to play it on stream. And they included pets, but I like with the pets you actually like adopt them from an adoption center, so they're like older pets, which I think is really cool.
What game is this?
Well, Coral
Coral
Island.
Island.
And then they also included mermaids, so you can visit the Mermaid Kingdom.
Yeah, like imagine like a more humanoid Animal Crossing.
Yeah,
okay.
and like all the characters are like really fun, and you can date a mom. And one thing I was very shocked about is one of the characters has stretch marks because
Yeah.
she was pregnant, and that's the first time in any game I've ever seen anyone with stretch marks. And I was so happy to see that. I was like, holy shit, stretch marks! Like you never see a character with that. So like I applaud the character design in that game. Makes me want to look like it makes me so happy just seeing it, and it's really representative. Like you have people who have jobs, you can even buy your own job and stuff. So it's
I
really
think the
respectful to other cultures.
I was gonna say, I think for the whole stretch marks thing, I think that for some engines that might be a limitation of the engine as well.
Well, yeah, well, like they're in the character portraits, so they're like illustrations, kind of like that. But it's really nice seeing that. And I've also been playing Danganronpa 3 on stream, and that's been like breaking my heart because every single girl that I like just ends up dying, and I'm like, I'm done.
I can't play. I can't play Danganronpa.
I love like story based games. I think it's so much fun
Yeah.
exploring these worlds.
My only Danganronpa experience was a VR game.
VR.
And I remember again execute it in in first person view. It's just
Oh!
That sounds so like disorientating because like a lot of the time the like during the trial sections like you spin around a lot. So
Yeah, no,
I
I'd
feel like
get
I'd just
sick.
throw up.
I'd get sick.
It's just like
yeah, it's I'm seeing all these wild anime looking characters, and suddenly I'm on a fucking conveyor belt about to get squished. Let's see here. Oh, and I can second that. Naka, I want to see Blue's finished products when she's done. Also,
oh
darling,
no,
let me
someone
know if.
spoiled Danganronpa. That's the worst. It's
Oh
always
Lord.
it's always fun playing Danganronpa for the first time. The reason why I'm playing 3 on stream is because I watched the Game Girls play 1 and 2. I feel like it's
Yeah.
better to have like your first experience like on stream. I feel like that's more engaging because you don't know what's going
Right.
to happen. That's why I
Yeah.
haven't played 1 and 2 because I'm like I know what happens.
I've seen bits and pieces because my roommate would play it, and so I'd peek over and watch him play every now and again whenever I'm in a low moment in the game where I'm just killing time or
that's fine.
anything. And it looked interesting, but at the same time I'm like, I could not do this. I am not smart enough for some of this stuff.
Oh, I play on the easiest mode.
Let's see. Let me read Foster's quote here. Listen up, all you incredible people. Y'all do amazing things every day for this community. You share your humor, your joy, and most importantly, your time. It's truly awesome. Some share their struggles, and others are so quick to show support and understanding. Never change anyone. Keep being inspiring.
Oh my god, you're gonna make me cry.
I will inspire to do more chaos.
Oh my god,
Yeah,
that's
he's
just so
Foster's
sweet.
like my resident bard. They bard
I
inspiration
was
very
does
much.
Sassy know that I am the embodiment of chaos in our group of friends?
I can feel the energy.
Like, what's funny is, like, I think, out of all my guests, like, Tito's probably, like, the least liked,
I am not surprised, and I welcome it.
Yeah, I was gonna say, you wear that like a badge of honor.
Badge of honor.
Listen, I know I'm rough and abrasive. Years ago, I've learned if you do not care what other people think, you live a much happier life.
That's it. But I love having them on. Yeah, I was like, let's see. Also, darlings, I am installing games, so if the stream gets slow, just let me know and I'll stop.
I got it going on my screen. It's pretty good.
Yeah, it looks good on my screen too. I always make sure to get the stream open just in case I miss something.
It's good
No
here.
updates.
We're good.
Pretty much, I ran into a issue with my capture card. It's just like this 1 second latency that's just bothering the shit out of me.
Ooh.
Ooh, yeah.
So, and I was recently playing like quick time events with Until Dawn. You know.
Oh
God.
no!
Yeah,
And-
no, that'd mess with you.
Also, I was trying out the Resident Evil 4 remake, and just moving the gun cursor across the screen, it feels like the gun must weigh 100 pounds, you know?
It might be the
So,
capture card.
I think it is the capture card, because I just doesn't do with the Nintendo consoles, because we all know Nintendo's a little underpowered compared to PlayStation Xbox.
Yeah.
So, basically, unless it's a turn-based RPG, I'm gonna try, install, buy, bootleg all games on PC from now on, or Nintendo.
Yeah,
So-
I love my Switch, but there are some games that thing cannot run.
Yeah.
We're currently installing the Assassin's Creed series.
But it's
Are you
actually.
playing that
Oh, really?
on PC or a console? On PC or a console?
Did I hear you echo? Did I just
No,
No?
echo?
I didn't hear an echo. No,
No?
No?
I didn't hear an echo.
No?
No?
I didn't hear an echo. You said you're getting the Assassin's Creed bundle. What are you getting on
Oh, here we
PC?
go.
Yeah.
Hmm?
There it is, okay. Basically, I just subscribed to the Ubisoft Connect, so essentially all the games and all the DLCs. So,
I would vote Black Flag is the best.
I think I'm currently installing that. Well, no, I'm installing Rogue, which is connected to Black Flag. But I read the novels, most of the novels, and yeah, the whole Kenway families are dumbasses.
Edward's best.
Just the fact that he had a good life before the Assassin's Creed. He kind of just gave up his his hot nice ass wife, for freedom. And then he kind of marries off his daughter against her will, in his older life. So during the Assassin's Creeding, he's cool, but before and after his Assassin's Creed days, less to be desired.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, and man, Connor, the series disses him so bad because he's such a bland protagonist that the Assassin's Creed 3 book doesn't even star him. It's all about his dad. Yeah.
Wow.
Was it his dad or his mom that was Mohawk?
His mom was the Indian.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, so she was Mohawk then.
Yeah.
Yeah, the mom was the Indian, the dad was the Hatham? Yeah, Hatham.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Which
they
is-
made the whole novel about him. And another shot at Connor, I believe it was in Rogue. I think it was where basically, and if you decide to pop at the Animus and wander around Abstergo, reading files, there's one about they're talking about Connor. This guy's such a bad protagonist. We're just gonna leave him in one game, and that's it. They took a shot at him inside the games.
Fourth wall shots
Yeah.
fired.
Yeah.
One thing I do have to appreciate with the Assassin's Creed team is that they didn't make him what do you call it when you take off people the scalping? They didn't like make him like rip people's like scalps off because not a lot of because that was just a big like
that was more of a Comanche thing.
Yeah, it was not a Mohawk thing, so they're like, oh, we're not going to make him do that because the Mohawk tribe didn't do that. I'm like, okay, thank you for doing that and respecting them.
Yeah, that was more reserved for the warlike tribes.
Yeah, and tribute to me doing the Assassin's Creed series, here's some new art I'm going to pop on the screen here. Ooh. I know Nox seen on Twitter.
I saw that earlier, and I was like, I love it.
It looks great. I love the green. The green's really cool.
The green reminded me of a crossover piece of fan art that I saw. It was like Legend of Zelda crossed with Assassin's Creed.
Oh yeah, because Link's got those earth tones, so that's kind of going.
Yeah, it definitely does have the Link colors. And plus, you're an elf and blonde, and Link is an elf and blonde.
The only difference, one of the main differences between Tilly and Link is Tilly has massive titty.
It's just and a better voice.
And Link also has a very nice hot body.
True.
You're saying that Tilly doesn't have a hot, nice body? Excuse me, sir.
Well, Link needs a cross-dress more often.
Well, Link
he's cross-dressed more often than ever.
I'm sorry, Link is a twink, and
yes,
Link is a twink.
I said it.
Okay, and Noxo, what have you been playing?
Aside from working overtime, been playing this game called Life.
Oh my god, it's like having an actual life.
I heard the graphics are amazing, but the storyline is shit.
That's what they told me. But in seriousness, I've been playing. Well, actually, I've set myself for 3 good things. First off, I'm not sure if many have heard the demo for Star Ocean Second Story R came out. I've been playing that, and I can say it's beautiful. Cannot wait for the full version in mid-November, actually. Yeah, definitely recommend. Especially, they changed a lot in that one, and changed it for the better. So I would say go for it. Also been finishing up Parasite Eve to get myself set up for the 8-hour Chrysler Building challenge when I get there. I'll probably when all this.
Doing the whole thing.
Yeah, I'm doing the whole Chrysler Building when I get. So my save file right now is right before I enter the Chrysler Building.
Oh boy.
That's when it starts.
Good luck on that one, buddy.
Oh yeah, I'll have a date for it when this overtime gets over with.
I'm not gonna lie, the only thing I know about Parasite Eve is that Jensen Ackles voiced in one of the games who plays Dean in Supernatural.
I do not blame you for that because that is actually true.
I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. It's fine.
I was like, oh my god, the Supernatural guy's in that game.
And that actually matches because Parasite Eve is qualified as a horror, so Supernatural is also qualified as a supernatural horror.
Yeah, I was about to say I didn't know if Supernatural was considered horror or just supernatural.
It can be. I mean, if you're dealing with the devil, demons, and some of the dead, yeah, it's horror.
Can I just go on a little tangent about Supernatural for a hot sec?
Yeah, go ahead.
So,
Go ahead.
my friends wanted to murder me for this. So there's an episode in Supernatural about a ghost dragging people in a lake. And we're going up to my cottage. And we're watching that episode in the car.
Oh no. So
Oh, no.
Water. Because they're like,
I know
oh
where
my
this
God,
is going.
Get dragged in. They're like, why'd you make us watch that episode?
I'm about to say the only way it would have been worse if you watched the original Friday the 13th.
Oh, fun fact, the lake that I live, my college is on is called Crystal Lake. So we like to make that joke. We love making that joke. We're like, oh my god, Jason's gonna get you.
Actually, I can't remember. I think there's several Crystal Lakes in America, but I think one of them was such a big fan of the Friday series, that what they did is they actually put a Jason statue in the bottom of Crystal Lake.
Oh, that's
Nice.
cool.
Oh man, it was funny you bring that up because I've been watching a series called What Happened, which is a series that talks about like troubled game developments, like what happened to like the Atari Jaguar, what happened to like this or that game, and I was just watching an episode on the Friday the 13th game that came out a few years ago,
Oh
Uh,
yeah, no.
And like half these episodes, it's kind of like sometimes it's an asshole developer, and sometimes it's just a sad story. And what happened with Friday 13th is that there was a lawsuit between the original writer and the original studio or something over who really gets to own Friday the 13th. And during this lawsuit, the Friday the 13th game was not allowed to create any new content. And it didn't just last a few months. It's still ongoing now for 5 years. So that's why the game died. And the fans kept blaming the developers, but it wasn't even their fault. It's totally out of their hands.
Yeah,
So,
the Friday license is still up in the air because they were owned by New Line, and I think they went under. I can't remember, but
possibly.
I think after New Line got them, and after some time, the IP just kind of vanished, and nobody knew who owns it.
Yeah.
And that's why there hasn't been anything related to Jason since the Friday the 13th game, his appearance in Mortal Kombat X.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, he was actually my main in Mortal Kombat X.
Nice.
But I love the series, but I don't think we're gonna get anything new until someone actually finds who actually owns the IP to it, and then allows it to be redistributed.
Hopefully that'll be a remaster.
Right. That'd be nice.
I did laugh that they, in that Friday the 13th game, they had an homage to the NES game, the purple and green one.
Cool.
They had Jason's purple and green outfit.
Oh.
What's funny, I came because of a free gift because apparently Microsoft when you're an indie developer, because that's what it was considered a smaller studio, you only get like a bandwidth for like 5,000 current players, and I think altogether it was like they needed 25,000 people trying to play and on the Xbox, so like that's why people couldn't play on Xbox for like a week. So like that NES costume was made as like an apology gift for oh man.
But I was happy to see it because I was like, hey, I get it.
Oh man. But man, yeah, it's a shame to have that game, because like the developer was kind of like it was his dream game. Then that shit happened and he went into depression.
I was happy, or one thing I was pleased about when I learned about the game, they got Kane Hodder to mocap as Jason. I was like, if you're gonna get anybody to do it, have Kane Hodder do it.
That's cool.
Oh yeah.
And Kane also did the mocap for Leatherface in the Texas Chainsaw game.
Oh,
nice.
And they got I can't remember the actor's name, but the original actor, like in the 1970s movie, the brother Nubbins, the hitchhiker. They got him to actually voice his character in the game.
Oh, that's
Nice.
fun.
Yeah, because I was watching that, it has behind-the-scenes footage, and even though he looks ridiculous in that mocap outfit, he still carried that menace of Jason,
Oh yeah, Kane is terrifying. But when I heard biggest sweetheart, like if you meet him in real life, he's the biggest sweetheart.
Oh, that's always nice to hear. I always like when like the big scary people, or like the asshole like characters, like their actors are like super nice and sweet.
Yeah, oh god, what was the blonde kid from Game of Thrones?
Oh, I met him, King Joffrey. I actually met him at a convention.
Yeah,
he's so freaking nice.
He is like a big teddy bear, just a big puddle of mush and everything.
And
but
like, he also will like tell you stories about stuff that happened to him on set, which is really fun. Like, he was so much fun to talk to him. Like, I'm sorry, I never watched the show, but like, you did a good job of being an asshole. And he's like, thanks.
I mean, if you can convince someone to hate you just because of you portraying a role, I say you killed it as an actor.
Oh yeah, I always feel like the best villains are the ones you want to punch in the face really well.
Just vibing. Yeah. Also, Joffrey kind of looks like Robuta Gilman, which kind of throws me off a little bit.
Joffrey looked like Robuta Gilman?
Yeah, if you look at in that 10th edition trailer, Gilman looks like an adult Joffrey.
Hold on, send me that link.
Wait.
Send me that link.
You haven't seen the 10th trailer?
I saw the. Oh, are you talking about the one where they were fighting the Tyranids?
Yeah, victory. You know.
Oh God.
Well,
Oh, gross! I can't unsee it.
Yep.
you know what? I need to know what are you doing?
Anyways,
I need to see this.
It won't make sense unless you're a 40K player.
I am. I played Dark Crusade.
It's the Ultramarines. That's all I'm gonna say. It's the Ultramarines
Let's see
versus the
here.
Tyranids.
This means nothing to me.
The Ultramarines. Ugh, Kelly knows my hatred for them.
Hmm.
Not as much as the Dark Angels, though.
I like anime.
Battletech Advanced 3062. Nice. Let me know how that
Damn.
is. Let me know how that is.
see if I can find the screenshot.
Oh yeah, the third game I've been working on is well, not stream. Well, I didn't stream this, but I played.
Here, I'll throw the screenshot up on the stream here. See, he looks like an adult Joffrey, doesn't he?
You know what? Yeah,
Thanks, I hate it.
yeah. I
So now you
can
double hate the Marines.
I can see it, but I can also unsee it.
Oh.
You just gave me another reason to hate the Ultramarines. I didn't need any more reasons to hate them.
Damn.
Exhibit A, Rabute Gilliman. Need I say
Exhibit B.
more?
Yeah, exactly.
Like the only redeeming quality, it's only because of Alpha Buse's TTS series, was Kato Sicarius.
Yeah.
That was
I got those guys.
that was the only redeeming faction of the thing. Only redeeming thing of the Ultramarines was Alpha Buse's TTS with his portrayal of Kato Sicarius.
Oh. Yeah.
Oh man.
And with our current the Saturday D&D game, I'm currently modeled my character after TTS Vulcan.
Oh.
A Vulcan?
A
Yeah.
Vulcan? Are you serious?
I must give a hug. I must boost
Yep.
the snoot.
Yep. Hello, friends. I hugged. I would like to pet this creature.
I loved his portrayal of Vulcan. Please tell me you go in short little tangents.
I'm a dwarf, by the way, and I tried to pet a dragon. So.
Did it
No,
work?
like you go in like little tangents they had him do when the
Yes.
orc spirit took over.
Yes, I do.
Oh, I love you.
I basically made it. The backstory is the orc was originally kind of like a gladiator who died in combat, and but the spirit was within the weapon. I got the weapon like a warhammer, and I just had my person. Unbeknownst, I attuned to it. Went to flip to a rage in public, and I flipped the carriage, which landed onto the town priest, and so I got sent away for murder, and so now I'm in the Adventure Academy as on probation.
I stand this.
I could see that, yeah. So the other one game. Well, I said 3 games. I said 2. So I must add 2 more because I forgot. One of which is Pokemon. I've helped several people get the Mewtwo and the Terra raids, and let me tell you, Mewtwo was hard, like very very hard.
The last one that came out?
Yeah, the last one that came out. Yeah.
How is that one? What was that?
I'm enjoying it.
What is that? Violet and Scarlet?
Yeah, Scarlet and Violet. I'm actually enjoying it, despite the issues that many people say it has. I'm actually enjoying it a lot. I actually enjoyed it so much. Especially with the Terra raids. I love helping people get the exclusive Terra raid Pokemon that comes out for a few days to about a week or 2 weeks.
So how hard was Mewtwo?
Oh, he was very hard. You needed like a strategic team of 4 to actually get the job done. You needed to decrease his special attack, otherwise his Psy Strike would deal a lot of damage. Even if you're psychic based, it still deals a lot of damage. Yeah, you need to lower his either defense or special defense to make him,
So, like, if it was me and 3 other shitters, we couldn't just bulldoze our way through it.
You could do solo. You could solo Mewtwo. You just need a very good Pokemon with a good moveset, not only for survival but also not only survival to keep yourself alive, but also find ways to lower Mewtwo to be sure he's not much of a threat both offensively and defensively. Because
The problem is I just go with, my teams and everything. I just make beat sticks, and I showed Tilly one of my teams on Sword, and I think I made you cringe a little bit because it was like nothing but raw power, right, Tilly?
It's just, I don't recall. I don't think that was me, but I can see that.
Mm.
Yeah, like, because my last gen I played was Gen 2. So, and I went straight to Gen 9, and I was able to adapt to it just fine.
Right.
And also, the community has been very accepting, welcoming too. Because like, here's some codes. Here's a shiny. They keep giving me like freaking basic items and Pokemon. Like, hey, level 50 Charizard, cool. And whatnot.
You're looking at this like, back in my day, I had to earn these.
Yeah,
Or you
I
had
have a
to-
shiny Eevee and stuff like that.
Or you had to
too.
go to some tour and get it.
Oh yeah, or like run around like a Pokemon Go and shit, something like that.
Right.
Like here's a code for 10 Master Balls. Like what?
God, I mean,
And now Pokemon Violet has broken my record for my most viewed stream.
Nice.
oh wow, that's awesome to hear.
Yes. Yeah, but yeah, but getting back to Pokemon though, so quick process before I go to the fourth game, which relates to what we're doing. So what Mewtwo does, he buffs himself up with Calm Mind, and then he generates a shield instantly, right off the bat,
Ooh.
and then Mewtwo would probably negate your buffs or negate debuffs, and once the shield is broken, which about halfway, he will attempt to rest, which
Oh my
inevitably
God.
brings his health back up. But if you use a certain terrain, like electric terrain, he will not rest.
Because it zaps him awake.
Yep, it zapped him awake.
Oh.
And Mewtwo has a Chesto Berry, which wakes him up instantly.
So you
Raw.
basically need to bulldoze the shield and have some other people debuff him and everything when you can.
Yeah. But yeah, buff yourself up, debuff him as much as you possibly can. Mud Slap works a lot because the lowered accuracy, I cannot stress enough, helps immensely, especially those hardcore side strikes. But yeah, but if you manage to get a win out of that one, it's so glorifying. Not only get the Mewtwo, but the rewards are immense.
It's kind of like I imagine the feeling when you beat him for the first time is the same feeling you get when you beat a Dark Souls boss.
Or in this case, an Armor Core 6 boss. Yes.
Oh yeah, that's been really popular lately. Armor Core 6. I've been seeing a lot of people play that.
Yeah, I've been playing Bear, playing it lately, and I'm actually on the fence if I want to or not. But I'm thinking about that. Oh yeah, and the fourth and final game, which relates to the topic of the podcast, is Quake 2 Remastered.
Ye-
How's that holding up?
I'm loving it, actually. I'm actually surprised that that a game like that holds itself well after so long, even if it plays on my PlayStation 5, and frankly, it has all of the mission packs included, as well as a brand new one, Call of the Machine, which is a lot of fun.
Yeah, Quake 2 came out in 1997.
Damn.
Yeah. That's
26 years.
Yeah, we're approaching 30. Wow.
I'm over
So-
30.
I'm approaching 40.
Yeah,
But,
I feel
before we
that.
approach that subject though.
I know
There's two
Alpha's turning
updates.
30.
Ooh.
Nightmare Before Christmas. It's actually 30 years old.
I turned 36 this year.
I turn up a go.
All I know is I'm happy. I managed to convince a couple buddies of mine on the other podcast that I'm on. For my birthday, we are doing a special episode where I'm getting roasted.
Oh, nice.
Oh no.
I asked for it, and Tilly knows I've been trying to set one up for the last 3 years, and every time I try, I think I got it. People bow out at the last minute. I'm like, damn it! I want a roast.
It's just,
I do nice.
I'm
to
more of a
roast
chicken
somebody.
person or a fish, but I'm not really a beef person.
That was good.
So before we break out to the main topic, I got two kind of like updates I need to talk about. One about the podcast and one about a club I'm trying to start.
Okay.
So it's like I put out a poll recently, just like a couple hours ago, like on how does everyone feel about the podcast. Like, you want to see like more of them and stuff like that. You like it, or you want to just should we just like delete the podcast and just I only do game streams, you know? Or are these feeling different about it, you know? And it's a very even split. Which I'm not too surprised, because I also, like, last week I put a poll on Twitter, like, about the name of the podcast. Should it remain ERP, the Elezen Retrospective Podcast? Should we go with the new one we kind of came up with, R and RPG, the retro role-playing game show? Or revert back to the old one, TIT, Tilly's Internet Talk. And that, too, was evenly split.
I like TIT because it's tit.
Yeah.
And who don't love a good tit?
I like that
Oh, yeah.
one. I'm sorry. I'm a fucking child.
I guess everyone in the world requires a safety tent.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Because, ERP also stands for erotic roleplay. But,
Oh, damn it.
Oh, don't think that that title
Oh.
didn't elude me.
Oh.
As soon as I saw it, I laughed my ass off.
That went over my
Yeah.
head. I'm just like,
Yeah. Because, like, the name is, like, Elezen, like, it's a fancy word for elf, and this is kind of like my retrospective as I go through these games and whatever content we're doing, and we'll talk about my experiences. Basically, with everything, pretty much 50-50, it kind of tells me that people just don't know how they really feel about the podcast. But it's maybe, like, maybe a chance to, like, kind of, like, give it a damn good try and see if it gets over, you know? Yeah, and so I would like to try to get this like more often. Like I'd say probably like the most successful session was when I was able to be consistent like 2 years ago, where I managed to do a podcast and a collab like every week, which that was like a lot of wrangling, like DMs and stuff. Like, hey, are you good for Monday? Okay, you want to play this game on Tuesday with me? Like, let's see if I can get someone else in here. Okay, you're not good for Wednesday, maybe Thursday. So that was a lot of DMing.
Yeah, I can see how it's a lot.
Yep.
Yes. So it's like, from your guys' opinion, like, would you like to like show up, regularly and stuff like that, on this podcast?
I think I'd like to do it more, on a regular basis, but that's just me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
think
I
it's
like a
fun.
regular basis too. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'll piggyback off Sassy Chestnut. It's a lot of fun.
I was about to say the only thing that would stop me is if I'm asleep or I'm in doing something else, be it in a co-op game or doing an episode of Memento Morons, which the other podcast is what that was
I like that
called.
name.
Yeah, my
Right.
buddies came up with that one, and we're like, we need a good name, and they came up with Memento Morons, and we're like, all right, it's just a podcast with about 4 or 5 shit posters, so
Yeah.
it fits. Like, we're trying to get traction.
It does.
Okay, so yeah, because I figured maybe if I do a podcast like every like 5 days or something, or I don't know if I should, or
I would limit it
'cause-
to like once a week on one, like a specific day, but that's just
Yeah.
consistency.
yeah, because I think before it was like every Monday, but it's like there's because then you have plenty of guests who are like like I can't do Mondays. It's like do I just like do like bonus shows or exceptions that week or something?
Yeah.
And then,
The possibilities are kind of endless when if
Yeah.
you can't have people make it.
yeah.
But
'cause the-
yeah, I
'cause
can
then you
see how it's a hassle.
Yeah, and then you got the hassle of like, oh, what if I'm tired that day? Like let's put it off a day. So yeah, so it's like you were like making like once a week, or like every few days or something. Still gotta hash it out, but yeah, essentially, folks, we kind of want to like soft reboot this podcast. And the other thing too is that So I was playing on like so we're talking. You better
Bless
talk
you.
about it, bless you.
Thank you.
Isn't I?
So I doubled down it on Final Fantasy 14 and started my own FC. And probably like a Discord to go along with it.
Huh.
Yeah, and we're also that's why I was kind of bringing it up. Like, should I add another MMO or like something else for like essentially for in between expansions or on breaks. And like me and Bear are hashing like kind of because we got like a retro club going on. Like we'll pick a Nintendo Switch online game and we all play it and talk about it on like on the podcast. We're thinking of doing something similar with like say Square Enix games and our Capcom games or Sega games or something.
Not a bad idea.
Yeah, so
I like that.
basically, like, so Discord, it doesn't have to be about FF14 talk, like all Final Fantasy or all Square Enix talk, or something like that.
I'd probably merge it in with your Safe for Work Discord.
Possibly. Let's see. Yeah, because, pretty,
Yeah, I like where your head's at.
yeah. Maybe, 'cause, yeah, we were going to make another Discord for it, but it could be possible. Let's
Mainly
see here.
because if you spread yourself too thin on multiple Discords, it, you kind of lose stuff in between.
Hmm.
Anyway, yeah, 'cause I still want to make, like, just, like, a category or something, but, we'll see. For example, I'm gonna put this on the screen here. The how much of a Square Enix fan are you? Chart.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Like I always like this picture. Like this would be a good idea for like a club setup or something. Like okay.
Hold on. What the Soul Eater is a Square Enix game?
Squaresoft.
What? Yeah. They own the anime.
Oh,
Now that I didn't know.
that's news to me.
Hold on.
Oh, I cannot play Drakengard games. They are so nauseating.
It's just
I'm not seeing the best Final Fantasy on here. I am disappointed.
this is like maybe like a year or two out of date.
Well,
Gotcha.
oh nope, there it is. It's 5
Which one?
points.
The Tactics.
Yes, Final Fantasy Tactics is best Final Fantasy. Fight me. I said it.
Oh, I agree.
I haven't played it, but I agree.
I get shit on because I say that I've never played 7 and I have no intention to play 7.
Okay.
Like
Free on phones now.
Oh
yeah,
God, no.
come at me. I fear nobody.
Oh.
Yeah,
This is
I got a
great.
lot. I got hate on Twitter a while back because I said Ruby was mid.
Oh, the show.
Yes.
I mean,
Nice.
I fell off after season 5, which was pretty atrocious.
Never saw.
Like the first 3 seasons is pretty epic, but yeah, once the creator died, then I just kind of fell off. But I hear good and bad. Like it has to be doing good. I mean, if it's it's getting like freaking crossovers and freaking the Justice League, and stuff like that.
Well, I'll watch it when my sister gets in town. I mean, she loves Ruby.
Yeah, like especially like the first season, like is only 2 hours long, so I think.
Yeah.
I tried watching it with some friends and I was like, this ain't for me.
It's something for everyone.
So yeah, basically trying to make like a kind of like a FF14 / side game type of club Discord thing going on. But yeah, I'll be hashing out those details over the coming weeks. Okay, let's get into the meat and potatoes of this podcast.
I'll take brisket, please.
Oh God.
So
I'm a
remakes and
hungry
remaster
Texan.
ports.
What do you expect?
Would you like biscuits covered with gravy?
I'll stab a man for biscuits and gravy.
Okay. There you go.
Ask Tilly. You don't taunt a Southern man with biscuits and gravy. Well, I've seen fights started for less.
Fair point.
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah. Oh man, I missed that stuff. That was some good carbs.
Oh yeah,
Especially when you get the sausage gravy. Ah,
so good.
Uh, yeah. Let's see here. So, I got the list in front of me. If you don't, it's in the podcast studio chat. For the
Sweet.
wiki article.
Okay.
Okay.
Smoky smokies.
All right.
Let's see here. I'll scan through to get the ones that really ping to me. Then I can go
There
through
it
it
is.
again.
wait, like, let's go into my second screen. Cute.
Like, speaking of Assassin's Creed, they kind of remastered let's see here, 2, the Ezio trilogy, 3, Liberation, Rogue.
Well, Liberation was a standalone game.
Yeah. Yeah, it was originally on the PS Vita. Yeah, and yeah.
It was next to impossible to play on the Vita, but I had one. I loved it, but at the same time, some of the mechanics in that damn console, I'm like, this did not need to be a thing.
Yeah, I tried playing with Metal Gear Solid Peace Waker on a PSP, and tried to do a stealth game with only like one joystick. It's like, oh man. Yeah, that didn't work out.
So we going down the whole list, or?
Yeah, we can, or just what pings to you, you know? Like, for example, Baldur's Gate, I'm actually curious on how, the enhanced editions hold up.
I haven't had a
So
chance to play them.
Yeah, because I want to go back and play the first two. But cross-slash support for high resolutions and different viewing modes. I heard basically the combat's a little bit slower, which Baldur's Gate 3's combat's already pretty slow.
Yeah, it's turn-based, and I kind of like it because there's no timer for it. So, if somebody has to go AFK real quick, there's no punishment for it. But it also, gives you breathing room and try to think. Because in the hardest mode, Tactician mode, which I have not tried yet, I'm not big boy enough for that just yet. It can be I've heard people say, "Oh, it's easy," and I've heard people like, "This is hard. This is harder than pulling teeth."
Mm.
Oh man.
There's
Now Banjo-Kazooie. So yeah, there was a good quality of life update to that for the N64 to the 360 version, where now when you die, you don't lose all your notes.
No,
That's good.
Mm.
Yeah.
I know it was a pain to get all those notes,
Yeah.
especially in Click Clock Wood.
I didn't finish Banjo-Kazooie. I played Banjo-Tooie and finished that, and I think that carried. I think they brought that over, but I can't remember. Oh no, wait, that was still 64. But I think that they put that in Tooie. I think because it was a lot easier, in my opinion.
Man, I only watched the opening cutscene of Banjo-Tooie, and man, that game got dark. Yeah.
It
Very
was
fast.
hard.
Yeah, I got the witch one around as a skeleton and fucking blows up the damn mole. This got dark.
Yeah, Gruntilda wanted revenge, so apparently the mole got outed first.
And he wasn't even the main target. He was just what is it?
Collateral?
Collateral
was-
damage.
He was an unfortunate accident that ended
Yes.
up as collateral damage.
Well, we got his brother out of it, and he got some really cool stuff out of it. Cool abilities from him.
That's true.
Yeah, his brother was a drill sergeant.
Huh. I gotta get around to that. I got on the Rear Replay Xbox One collection.
I recommend Banjo-Tooie. It's a lot of fun. Which World is and the dinosaur one were my favorite zones. One of the lists that I'm seeing, pretty early on the list, and I have played both versions. Well, I guess all three versions. Was Age of Empires 2, in my opinion, the best real-time strategy game ever made. I've played the HD edition and the definitive edition. I would recommend the definitive edition. It mainly just came with visual updates and features, and a lot of quality of life stuff as well.
Best RTS, that's a big claim.
Oh yeah, it was a. Well, you also got to remember the original game came out in '99, and it was so beloved. Like there were still people doing, tournaments with the original game for years, and then they made the HD version in 2013, and then the definitive edition in 2019, which brought more campaigns, solo campaigns that you could do. Now, I still love Age of Empires 2. It's probably one of my favorite RTSs.
Let's see here. I see Battletoads. I got that 2020 remake. A lot of people bitched about that one. Mostly because they couldn't look at the villain's tits anymore. Yeah, so
Never played the newer Battletoads, but the original Battletoads and Battlemaniacs and Double Dragon. I love those.
Yeah, the swamp level, the surfing level.
Oh please no! Don't get me started with the speed tunnel levels.
I finished it one time, and that was
You
because
suck. I'm
me
kidding.
and my cousin were doing it co-op, and that is the only way you can do it is co-op. You cannot do it single player.
That's true. That's very true.
Granted, I think we're 10 years old, and we were hyped up on Coke when we not cocaine, mind you, but Coca-Cola. We were
Which
wired.
had cocaine in it at one point.
It did, way before our time. But we were wired, and that's the only way we were able to do it. We could not do it ever again after that.
Oh man, but like yeah, cause I had a friend who for 2 whole weeks he basically sat down and played only Battletoads till he finally won. So
It's hard. It's really hard.
yeah. I wonder how the remake is though. But probably can't be that bad. But
Oh, here's another good pair: BioShock 1 and 2. Yeah, they let's see, Windows, PS4, Xbox One, Mac OS, and the Switch. Oh, I didn't know BioShock 1 and 2 were on the Switch. I might have to pick it up then. But yeah, it's called BioShock Remastered and BioShock 2 Remastered. It
I knew
just
about
says
one. No, I knew about one because basically, if you had the originals on Steam, they gave you the remasters for free.
yeah,
Oh, that's cool.
yeah, they were pretty cool about that. And BioShock 1 was, from what I've been told, and I've heard this about a lot of people, they claimed, a lot of people said for that generation, the PS3 generation, which is what, Gen 5, I think, in the console wars?
7.
Gen
Wait,
7?
Yeah, 7. Yeah.
For the PS3 and Xbox 360?
Yeah.
I was told BioShock, the first one, was that generation's Ocarina of Time.
It was pretty cool back then. Because I remember at launch with the demo.
It was great. I had a good time with it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, it's weird because they don't put it on here, but because in the BioShock collection, which for like the 8th gen, they in Infinite they shrunk Elizabeth's boobs.
They did?
They did.
Yeah, because some people complained that she's showing too much cleavage. So yeah, they shrunk those titties in the remaster.
The people who complain about titty, I don't pay them any attention. I'm like, why do you hate titty?
Just,
life is hard and cruel. Titty is soft and warm.
It's here Bianca and Evil, which that's just a shame. That like 2 never came to fruition.
Conker's Bad Fur Day got remade to Conker Live and Reloaded on the Xbox. Yeah, I loved Conker's Bad Fur Day.
I love the original.
Isn't it like heavily censored in the?
Some parts are censored, but
yeah,
I think that's more of a geographical thing.
True.
I heard it did really well though.
The original did very well, but at the same time, a lot of people didn't know how bad it was. Because they're like, oh, this is on the N64. It's Nintendo. Nintendo always makes some pretty good games. And, oh, look, it's got a cute little fuzzy squirrel. This will be great for my kids. Next thing you know, you're bouncing off of Sunflower's tits.
Yeah, that game got a lot of flack. Uh,
I got a lot of flack, but damn it if it wasn't worth it.
let's see here. Binding of Isaac and got the Rebirth Edition 3 years later, which they fucking added controller support. Thank you.
Thank you. Because there was no way I was going to do that on board. My hands can only handle so much. Like I do mouse and keyboard on my day job. I don't need to do the same thing on my freaking games. Damn it!
I want a desk job.
One of them that I have on the PlayStation, on my PS4 and my Switch is Dark Souls Remastered. That one got a lot of love, but at the same time, it also got broken.
Huh.
Yeah, the way they changed it, they try to make it where you couldn't invade other people's games or join other people's games to help them unless you're around the same soul level. And the problem is people are getting outlandishly powerful gear and not leveling up, and so they had this really powerful gear, and they were just going into lobby games, and I fell victim to it as well in the PvP. And they would just one-shot newbies. And I'm just sitting there like, I can't say shit.
Well, you're not wrong.
Because on that same version, I had another character where I made the Giant Dad build. And I would go around and just one-shot anybody I ran into.
I wonder if anyone who just do streams like doing shit like that. Like, let's go ruin some noobs' day.
Oh, I guarantee there are griefers for Dark Souls streams. I bet money on it.
I bet money on that too because I was actually I actually did stream that game and I got invaded and I got one-shotted easily by the most humiliating way possible. And that clip is still on my channel to this very day, and it reminds me, don't play this game, Nox.
It's like the game's already kicks my ass, you know?
I love it, but then again, I love punishing games, and if you throw PvP into the mix, I just love it even more.
Of course you do. You're like the loving fanatic of PvP. Why don't you just go marry it? Why don't you?
I would if I could.
Put a ring on it,
Well, they made it illegal to PvP IRL,
Sorry.
Trust me, if I could PvP IRL, I would.
Oh, yeah.
Don't tempt someone who's unhinged with PvP.
Fair. Sorry.
Let's see. Blast Remaster 0, which was a nice reimagining of the original. It had a lot of DLC characters. Like, you got to play Shantae with a fucking tank. Yes, please. Let's see here.
Oh, I forgot about this, and this was just recently. Destroy All Humans 1 and 2, those got remade.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, they got remakes of the original game. It was updated graphics and everything. Like for the I love the promos for the remasters. They were using Rammstein's music.
Let's see here. Call of Duty, Castlevania. Let's see here.
Like I remember the trailer for the Destroy All Humans remake for number 1. They had I can't remember the alien's name, but they had the main character flying around in a spaceship, and they had him singing Ishville.
Oh, man. And Castlevania Chronicles, which is like the PS1 remake of the original NES game. But I was shocked it came out in 93. I didn't know PS1 was that early.
Yeah,
I thought it was like late 94 or something.
Yeah, PS1 came out very early.
Oh, man.
Like, I got... My first play system was the NES, then it was quickly switched to the SNES. And after a couple of years of that, then it was a top. It went back and forth between N64 and PlayStation.
Oh, and Castlevania Dracula X Chronicles, because Rondo of Blood was hard to get your hands on because it was on TurboGrafx 16.
I don't know anybody who had a TurboGrafx 16.
Me neither. But from what I saw in reviews, that game was far superior than the version we got, Draculette's Chronicles. Already, you know what I mean, Draculette's.
Yeah.
Which, yeah, it's one of those games that I literally had a different name in each region. So.
Yeah, it was hard to figure out which one was which.
Yeah. So, but yeah, remake on the PSP, which is pretty decent. But then you also came with a free copy of freaking remastered copy of Symphony of the Night. Yeah.
That's why it did well.
Hmm.
I've played bits and pieces of Symphony of the Night, and a lot of people will say that is the best Castlevania game.
I get it, but I do get lost.
It plays Alucard, right?
It's pretty neat.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Love
And
the game.
also Richter Belmont on the other side.
Yep.
And you can play as
Oh.
Maria too.
It's gonna
Yep.
be an anime about Richter.
Was he not in the Castlevania anime?
No, they're making another because they're making it in a theology or whatever it's called, and so they finished Trevor's story. Now they're doing Richter's story.
Oh, that'll be
Really?
fun.
I'm very curious because it's a different writer, so I'm a little concerned.
Yeah.
But, like, you know, the animation's gonna be on Flake though. Like, oh, the animation
Yeah.
that looks amazing.
I
But it was
just hope
cute, 'cause,
that...
like War.
Go ahead.
Oh, because Warren Ellis, the writer, like only had done like cyberpunk stories up until then. Like Castlevania was his first fantasy saying, and I think he hit it out of the park.
I just kind of hope it carries on the humor because I've seen bits and clips from the anime, and well, I had no way to watch it, but all my buddies are like, you would enjoy this. They're like, it fits your dark humor.
Yeah, I think you probably I see a lot of you and Trevor Belmont.
That's what my buddy Josh told me. He's like, dude, you're gonna gravitate toward Trevor hard.
Yeah. You drink, you cuss, you blah blah blah.
What's not to love?
I know, right?
Right?
Okay, so Catherine Full Body. I was so grateful for this one.
Oh, I wanted to play this, but it's not on Steam yet.
I don't think it's gonna be coming out on Steam.
No.
Like
don't
you
think
can
so.
get the. I think. Let me look and see.
I
if
have
I
the
can get
original. The original's on Steam. I played
Yeah, I'm
that
about
on
to say. I think
Steam.
because it says Windows for the original Catherine, but for the full body PS4, Vita, and the Switch.
I know it was kind of controversial though.
You can fuck on Nintendo.
I heard that whole game was like a lot of people had a love-hate relationship with it.
Well, the thing is, the guy's cheating on his girlfriend. That's the thing. So people just got mad at the context of it, but I'm just like,
hell, there's worse things to get mad about. Granted,
no, they got mad at it because they it's a bit. It's kind of transphobic at the end. And it's just like, I think the new character that you can woo in Full Body is like, I don't know. They're like non-binary or something. I have no idea. Just people bitch about that one.
Just because people don't like girls with, big sausage.
I mean, here's
There's
how
two trans girls in it.
Here's my opinion on things like that. If people are claiming about, something's, X-phobic or X-ist and everything, experience it for yourself. See if you vibe with it. If you don't, turn it down or put it down, walk away from it. And so that way you can say yourself, I have experienced this. Here's my, like, and if you have, if you vibe, if your opinions are the same as the other people, great. And, not everybody's going to agree and not everybody's going to disagree. It's just,
So if you don't want to date the trans woman, date the other women.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
There are other options.
Yeah.
Go after who you want.
Yeah. I think
There's actually a clip of still a clip of me of like because bitchy Catherine yells, "Say something!" and I just blurted out, "Waffles!"
Waffles!
Pancakes!
Maybe waffles, bitch!
Give me
I'm
pancake.
go for some waffles right now. I'm not gonna lie.
I still think it's still a fun game. Like, I feel like people are like, oh, you're cheating on your girlfriend. I'm like,
I'm not cheating on your girlfriend. I just want pancakes.
I'm
I
just
don't know,
like,
waffles. I should want
yeah,
something.
but like you get to learn about like how people react to like cheating and stuff. Like it's really interesting. Like
And I heard like the
how it tackles
puzzle,
that.
the puzzle part and
Oh, so
everything
much
where you have to
fun.
climb is like a real brain buster. Like you have to
It
actually
is.
think.
Yeah, it's really
Yeah.
fun. I really like it. And until the part where you have to do an escort mission, and I'm just banging my head against the
Okay,
wall.
escort
Well-
missions are just the bane of gaming. Everybody knows this.
I'm just like, why?
Yeah,
Mostly, yeah.
I hate any escort mission. Every escort mission I've been on, I hated it.
Can you name
yeah.
at least one that was at least entertaining or good?
Well,
No.
I like in
Escort
Resident
me for
Evil
that 14?
4, the original, you could just throw Ashley in the dumpster and you're Gucci.
Wait, what was that time you escorted me in the FF14 dungeon?
You know what?
You're not an NPC. Here's my bitch about escort missions. And when you have to escort NPCs, they don't max your run speed, or because they walk too slow, where you can't run full speed. But if you try walking, they outpace you. I'm like, motherfucker, devs, the run speed of our characters. Make a match.
Yeah, that's when I run circles around them.
Oh no.
That or when they're openly flagged for PvP, and then someone under the other faction sees it and ganks the NPC, and makes it where you had to go back. I'm like, I could have killed you. I was gonna be nice. You come down, kill my NPC. They have a quarter of my health. You've chosen death. I'm going to murder you now. And I will drop the quest, and I will find where they are, and I will grief them until I get a 2-day ban.
But yeah, like at least actually, RE4 is no longer a one-hit kill. But I saw that one clip of someone about to snipe the chainsaw dude, and Ashley pops up right in the sniper scope as he pulls the trigger.
Oh no!
Oh, that's really a thing? That can't be a thing.
Yeah, that's a thing.
Stood up right in the target reticle as soon as he hit that trigger button.
The AI in that game is the AI in the original game was kind of derpy.
And he's like, "Oh no, I gotta go back an hour," or something like that.
Yeah, it's because they didn't optimize auto saves and everything.
Good old cards. Which, yeah, I think I might still have a PS2 memory card because the state on it, where he has all the like infinite ammo bazookas unlocked.
Oh,
So
nice.
Mo through the game. But yeah, Catherine though, I played the original on PS3, and I was only able to get halfway because those puzzles I couldn't do them. So thankfully, full body, it basically it can auto do the puzzle for you. So you basically just do all the story decisions.
There you go. I mean, there are some people who just want to have a good story and not have a whole lot of gameplay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's me with Danganronpa.
Let's see.
Let's see, what else do we got here?
Yeah, because Danganronpa gameplay's garbage!
I never touched the Chrono Cross remake, Radical Dreamers.
I kind of want to, because I never touched Radical Dreamers. But I played the original Chrono Cross, though.
Yeah, my roommate hates Chrono Cross. He tried it, and he hated it more than a lot of different things. Like, I'll poke the bear every now and again. It's like, hey, Dave, look, it's your favorite game, Chrono Cross. He's like, I will stab you.
Man, what's odd now is that before we got all these FF7, other titles, they originally bounced around the idea of like, let's make a FF7 2, and then that got canceled in favor of making a third Chrono game, and then that got canceled. So.
Well, I thought Dirge of Cerberus was considered 7-2.
Dirge of Cerberus is garbage, and I love it.
I love it. It's one of my favorites. But technically, it's a direct
You love it
sequel,
because of Vincent.
Yeah, of course. I didn't care about Final Fantasy VII Remake until I saw Vincent. I'm like, oh, my boy, my son, my husband.
Yeah, Crisis Core be
just call me husband.
FF7 and Dirge of Cerberus 2. But I saw the screenshots, and it looks basically kind of like they took the assets from the remake and they made both Dirge of Cerberus and Crisis Core from that original 2 build. It was the code name was Cloud9 for the project.
I often wondered if they did go through with the if they did go through with the other game planned aside from Dirge.
Yeah. But like
Makes you wonder.
cause I know you got Star Cloud. I can't remember what the gameplay was, but I knew that supposedly Tifa was supposed to be dead in the sequel for some reason. I've never explained
Fucking
why.
blue.
Seriously?
But,
What?
yeah. But yeah, basically those maps you went on in like Dirt Cerberus, that was technically FS7-2 maps. So that's interesting. Bit of trivia there.
Sacre
Uh,
bleu. How dare they try to kill my waifu?
I mean, they already got Aerith when Sephiroth tried to give her a back scratch.
But like everyone knows that Tifa's hotter though.
One thing I also like too. Oh no, even Blue hates Sturge. Like, oh Blue, you break my heart.
I had a good time with it.
It's garbage,
And you
but I
rich-
love it.
In the original script of FS7, Aerith was not supposed to die. Barrett was the one supposed to get impaled. And but at the time, it was the 90s. They're like, let's avoid the black guy dies first trope. So they
Yeah.
did that. And so I was shocked when they actually kind of brought it back in Remake, where Sephiroth actually kills Barrett with the sword. Yeah, they resurrect him, but thank you, Phoenix Downs. But yeah, they actually kind of brought that Barrett's original death back.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I was about to say, going off of what Sassy was saying, you know, that she hates hates Dirge of Cerberus, but at the same time loves it. I got shit because I loved Shadow the Hedgehog. I liked that game. I had a good time with it.
I think I might have gotten the same Christmas.
Oh.
Start first with Dirge though, because it was like my favorite PS2 third-person shooter, and Shadow was my very first 3D Sonic game. I didn't start with Adventure, you know, so like everyone else did. So that's why I love Shadow.
I also love Shadow because he's an anti-hero, and you know my love for anti-heroes, Tilly.
Oh yeah.
I didn't enjoy much of the game, but I beat all of the endings and even got the true ending and just say, hey, I did it. Now I can just do whatever I want with this game, and I can either burn it, sell it. Doesn't really matter to me.
At that point, it's a flex.
Yeah, I love Shadow too. My only reason is I don't like him was because he basically Knuckles had to suffer so Shadow can soar. Yeah. Yeah,
that's fair. And then you look at what they did with, what was it, Sonic Boom, and how they butchered all the characters. I was like, what have you done to my boy?
That's possible too. Like one thing I do is too, just playing the original FS7 was like the censorship. Like there was like part where like Sephiroth supposed to be carrying around like a dripping Genova head and stuff, but he's just holding like the head case.
I saw that. I thought it was actual legitimate blood. Was it?
Maybe.
I don't know, alien blue blood maybe.
I mean, Genova was an alien. For all we know, she had blue blood.
Wow, that's cold-blooded.
Cold-blooded.
Man. That's gonna be fun revisiting 7 at some point. Chronicles of Riddick Escape from Butcher Bay, that's an underrated game. Played shit in the Xbox. And then when the sequel came out, it came with a free remake copy of the first game.
Which one was this?
Right?
What?
Which game was this?
Chronicles of Riddick.
Yeah.
Butcher Bay. I always prefer Riddick over the Fast and Furious series. Let's see here. What else we got? Crash Bandicoot. Oh, I recently touched the Crash Bandicoot Insane trilogy.
Yeah.
Ooh. Fucking hard.
I'm about to say, was it back as rough as we remember it when we were kids?
Yep. Still as rough as we remembered it.
Oh yeah, I never played Crash when we were kids. Well, let's ask you off the chain here soon, but I basically played Spyro at the time.
I had Spyro as well, but I dabbled a little bit in Crash.
Yeah, but you should watch out for, I think, Crash on Steam. It doesn't run that well on Steam. Supposedly.
Really?
I got.
That's what my friend says. He said he can't run it. He's like, don't get on Steam, please don't get on.
I mean,
console.
from what I've seen, I've heard some of the same thing, and I've heard if you're gonna get the Crash game, from what I heard, get it and as bad as it sounds, get it off of the Battle.net app.
Oh yeah, I forgot it's on Battle.net. Totally forgot about that.
Everybody thank you for the sub.
Oh wait, no,
Look
I'm
at that
wrong.
booty.
It's Crash 4. It's about time. That's what it is.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
I
Which I
totally
probably
forgot
will.
about that.
because my capture card issue, my Xbox One copy is useless now.
Oh yeah, you were telling me about that.
Let's see here. Do we got? So yeah, speaking of Crisis Core, just got a remake as well.
I heard the voice acting's not that great in the English, which I'm really sad about. I love
Yeah.
They changed it a lot because you know how old that game was, right?
Yeah, so I'm
15
just like,
years. Wow.
they're like, oh, you have to play in Japanese because the English voice acting is terrible. I'm like, oh no.
Yeah, Dan and FF8 were like, why don't they just remaster these games already? Yeah, or
Okay.
port them to modern consoles.
Here's
Yeah.
the thing with 8, they had to redo how the freaking fight. Like, the combat in the original 8 is garbage. It's so bad.
But I played it a lot.
I did not like the combat. All I did was spam summons.
Oh, I did that too in boss fights.
Yeah, I'm just... Because, like, to level up your characters, you have to do, like, a lot of stupid things. And I'm like, no. I'm not doing this. I'm just gonna spam summons. And then I got really annoyed by Squall. I'm like, I hate this guy so much.
I love 8. That was my first Final Fantasy. And I'm not gonna lie, any fight was just spam summons.
Yeah.
Spam
Okay,
summons, get the gear or get the gear drop, get the Diabolos as fast as you can, so that way you can turn everything into time, or turn everything into time.
Cards.
Not cards. It was like time items, because time items would jack your HP through the fucking roof.
Oh man, like cause I got that like 3 months after I got FF7, cause 7 I got for Christmas, and my birthday is 3 months after Christmas, so I got like 7 and 8 like pretty much right next to each other, and played the shit out of both. But I never actually understood how the junking system worked to this day.
It took me playing the remaster on the Switch on my Switch to finally understand how it actually worked.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, now I know how this works. It's a lot easier now.
Yeah,
but I still do with the recommended settings.
Because everyone
Right.
says you don't even have to grind in that game, and which is weird. Because basically, I didn't know what the fuck any of this meant. I was young and dumb, and so I just auto junctioned and went out and grinded.
Yep. I also kind of ruined my playthrough because I leveled up in the island closest to hell, and now Jumbo Cactuar is unkillable.
Oof.
Wow.
Hey, man. Huggles.
Huggles for everyone.
Yeah, but the thing about Final Fantasy 7 is that a lot of people saying, "Oh, it's not like the original." They actually include a lot of stuff that they had to cut from the original, which I thought was really interesting.
That's really interesting in itself, yeah. Now that you
Yeah.
mentioned it.
I just
So,
know a lot of people
yeah.
pissed because the combat wasn't turn-based like it originally was, and they went with like the 15 style of
action?
combat.
Yeah, like Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah, I am not a fan of the
Yeah.
mixed comment, but I will eventually play through at least once.
Right.
I'm a sucker for turn-based. I'm really sad it wasn't turn-based.
You'll
Right.
I
like Baldur's
understand
Gate.
that, like, turn-based is becoming a bit too niche, I guess, nowadays.
Probably.
It's really off and on.
Well, a lot of people are abandoning turn-based combat.
Which is sad, because I like it, because it gives me time to think. I'm really, really
Yep.
bad at, like, thinking on
Yeah.
the spot.
True.
That's one of the
But it-
reasons why I love Final Fantasy Tactics, because every combat is turn-based.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It all depends on your taste. Like if you like, I like
Yeah.
both turn-based and non-turn-based. So I guess it depends on the mood or mindset that you have or in. That depends on
Yeah.
the difference. And Momo, okay, hold on a sec. I got a bratty cat.
Oh. JP ditching turn base, which sucks, but cause FS7 developers were like, well, the remake combat is kind of something we would love to have done back in the day, but the reason like FS7 original was turn-based was graphical limitations or like technical limitations.
Yeah, that was a limitation by the medium.
Mm-hmm.
Series are still mostly turn-based. Yeah, a lot of stuff's still. It's like, well, I just won't buy new games if they're just turn-based. Like the only thing that's keeping really buying new games is just that now we're finally again like LGBT characters and whatnot, and you know people of color and badass women that aren't hoes. Let's see.
One thing.
Oh, here's a.
Oh, I was gonna say another thing about Final Fantasy VII is that they didn't make Yuffie and Lizen optional because they're optional. You can miss both of them. You can literally ignore them and just keep going straight. And I'm just like,
that is still strange, yeah.
And I'm just like, oh, they're not optional anymore. Like you have to get them. And I'm like, okay.
I think it was mainly because of they didn't want people to actually miss them.
Probably.
And basically, because like in Baldur's Gate, you can actually miss a couple companions if you don't find them.
Yeah, that's what happened to me my first attempt.
And I think that makes it like more fun. Where like, oh, I have to go back and like get it, like, and it kind of rewards you for exploring the map a bit, which I like. But now they're like, no, must get Ninja Girl and Vampire Boy. And I'm like, okay. Well, like I don't mind getting Vampire Boy because I love Vampire Boy.
Imagine like missing them and then going to the Dirge servers. Like, who the fuck?
Who the fuck are you?
Yeah.
I bet you any money some people were like, who
Square,
the
man.
fuck is this?
Also, Baldur's Gate has ruined me. As soon as Zazie said gay Vampire Boy, my first thought was Astarion.
Yes, oh my god, he's all over my Twitter timeline. Everyone loves the fucking vampire guy. My sibling hates him.
I love him because he resonates with me. He's a total smartass.
Yeah, I think he's all right. I just like so far, I literally just let Gale leave the party. Like, fuck off, dude. Yeah,
I know people
here, eat my valuable magic items, like, and not fight and talk too much.
Oh, play the Dark Urge, you'll love it.
Yeah, my chat's just like, you should play on Baldur's Gate so you can fuck the vampire, and I'm like, no. If we're gonna fuck anyone, we're gonna fuck the himbo like tiefling lady.
Oh, Karlak is best girl.
Yeah, her. I only know her. Literally, all my Baldur's Gate knowledge is from my sibling because he fucking loved that game. So he's like, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, okay. I actually found a sticker of, like, Karlak. That's a tiefling girl, right? At a convention.
Karlak.
And I'm like, oh my god, Baldur's Gate. And I bought it for him. I almost got him Adoration just to piss him off. And I'm like, oh, I'm not going to waste, like, $2 just to, like...
But, yeah, just know if you play a dark, an evil campaign, you do not get Karlak.
Yeah, she's a good karma, so I've stayed with her for my good, playthrough.
She is chaotic good.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you go evil campaign, you lose 4 companions.
So Karlak, who else?
You lose Karlak, Will, Housen, and Jaheira.
Okay, so they're like, oh, you're a little too thick on the evil side. Yeah, like, so far my neutral play from this romancing Laz. She's a dommy mommy.
Oh, Lae'zel?
Yeah, Lae'zel. Let's see here. Next, the Dead Space remake. I hear great things.
I've heard good things about it.
Yeah, that basically, like, you can no longer just, like, stand still in the game anymore. Because it's got basically a horror, like, roguelike generator. So you can't, you never have the same experience from now on. So yeah, unless you pause the game, you're staying still, like, something's gonna pop up and come after you eventually. Yeah, but yeah, in fact, they made Dead Space a roguelike. It was already fucking scary. Yeah.
Yeah, I heard the game was terrifying in its first iteration, and now it's even, now it's pants-wettingly terrifying.
Yeah, because, like, literally just, like, I remember in the original, just standing still, and, like, they would have, like, ship noises go off, like, every, like, 30 seconds. Oh, what was that? Yeah.
Now the game actually does something about it.
Yeah.
Oh, has anyone tried the remake of the Deus Ex?
I have not.
No? Okay.
I was trying to get that on the Wii U of all systems, but I never really get my hands on it. The director's kit. I might have it now on GOG, so I'll eventually be playing it. Reach up a few times. Remake.
I love GOG. There's a
Yeah,
there's a game they have on there that I want a remake or a remaster of.
Oh yeah.
Rage
Alright,
of
I'm back.
Mages 2 Necromancer.
Welcome back, darling.
One remaster I really like, that's because I'm just a fucking, like, fan envy of this, is the Final Fantasy X remaster. I fucking love it in bits, dude.
I got it on my PlayStation when it came
Ooh.
out.
I bought it 3 fucking times.
I
bought it on
No
my
regrets.
PS3, PS4, and Steam.
No regrets.
I technically, cause I got 2, 3, and 4, like, cause, yeah, I got it on 4, then I grabbed it on free just because the collector's edition was on sale on SquareEnix.com. So it has the art book and the soundtrack.
Ooh, the soundtrack's so good.
But
It is.
from what I heard, that the remake of 10 isn't that great.
I think it's good. The only thing,
It did pretty well.
the only
Well,
thing
it's
that
like 2
sucks
reasons.
is that you actually get trapped if you don't get Yojimbo the first fucking time, because the shadow version of him will actually block your way.
Which was a prequel.
And I'm like, frick!
Well, 2 things I heard about, because like a lot of people experience crashing with the remake of 10.
Yeah, it crashes on Steam a bit. It literally crashed when I streamed it.
Yeah.
I got it on my PS4, so it didn't ever
So-
crash for me.
Heard about that on PlayStation, yeah, 3 or 4, I can't remember which one. And another thing too is because for 10 they lost all the original source codes, so they had to rebuild that game. That's why some of the faces look off.
Yeah.
So essentially, like the PS2 original had like the better visuals, but 10 had the better spirit grid system, or the remake had the spirit grid system and all that.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, apparently, but 10 too didn't experience any of those issues.
How about that? Square is bad about losing source codes because that was the same reason they gave why they couldn't get a Final Fantasy VIII remake whenever all these other ones were getting remakes.
Makes sense, because 10-2 is the last Squaresoft game, so
Yeah.
So yeah, I guess they were saying before that, like in the 90s, and it's like, hey, I guess hard drives were expensive back then.
Oh, just to rewind a bit to Final Fantasy IX, actually, it's a fan project that's remastering it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think I don't think it's Square Enix. I actually think it's fans remaking it. I really, really want to play it because I think 9 is such a good game. It's so good. It's my second favorite Final Fantasy.
I need to get around to that one. That one I don't mind playing on my capture card because it's a turn-based, so I don't have to worry about 1 second lag.
Right.
I got mad at that game because I couldn't beat Black Waltz number 3.
Oh.
The one on the airship. I never could
Yeah.
beat him.
VV plus like Steiner. Mwah. Best combo. Okay, this is technically not on the list, but it's another fan remake. But the fans are actually remaking Digimon Dawn and Dusk with updated visuals and new Digimon in it, which I think is really cool.
Okay.
Yeah, I find these fan projects a lot. I'm just like, oh, it's so cool.
Kind of like pretty much when the fans made a Metroid 2 remake at the same time Nintendo wanted to do it.
Oh yeah.
And arguably the fan one's better. Let's see here. Don't Make Cry, HD remasters, from 1 through 4. That's good if you want. And, yeah. So, Tidonus, how about that Diablo 2 Resurrected?
Oh, it was so good. I grew up playing Diablo games. Cut my teeth on Diablo 1. Had a lot of fun. I still recommend it. It's on GOG. Get it. Just know it's going to be hard. A lot harder than the other Diablos that are out because there are actually gear that will penalize you as well.
Yeah.
But there's it's called the Beelzebos mod, and it makes it restores the cut content and gives you some quality of life changes as well. And it makes it HD as well, so it's actually very nice. Diablo
I
2,
agree, Lotus.
huh?
Lotus said something about Nintendo and Disney.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I cannot disagree with that.
But Diablo 2 Resurrected, like I said, I cut my teeth.
Oh.
I played Diablo 2 all through junior high and high school.
Mm-hmm.
I made a Necromancer.
Mm-hmm.
I played the other classes as well. Didn't gravitate toward them as much. But Diablo 2 Resurrected, oh, it was so good. They kept everything, all the stories the same. Nothing changed. Fresh coat of paint with the current, current gen graphics and everything.
Yep.
They kept the original voices, which I loved. Even in the cutscenes.
Oh, the cutscenes, gorgeous.
Oh, God.
Very gorgeous.
I loved it. And what they did is they lifted the audio from those cutscenes and synced the mocap actors with the voices. So all the audio you're hearing in that game from the voices is the original audio, because because I don't know where it is, and I know this is because the voice actor for Marius, I can't remember his name, but he was the in the original 1960s Batman, the one that was on TV with Adam West. He was a Riddler, and he was also the Riddler in the Batman the Animated Series. And he did his role as Marius on Diablo 2, and that voice is iconic. You can't... It's the same one. It even has a little slip in the prologue. It was so good. I had so much fun with it. Some quality of life changes. Made Battle.net. They brought in the current Battle.net, so that way you could actually actually find your friends.
Yep.
Me and my buddy Jolly, we've done Bale runs, Mephisto runs, Pendleskin runs, just to try to get the really good in-game items like the Trangul set, which I only got 3 out of 5 pieces.
And and also Neothak runs too.
Neothak doesn't really give a whole lot of good stuff. If you want good gear, you want Pendleskin, which is at the very beginning of Neothak's dungeon.
Oh no! I was talking about for the keys, because there's 3 different keys that opens up the Uber's portal. One drops from Neothak, one drops from the Countess, and another one I believe drops from Poopy. I don't.
Part of me wants to say the Smith, but I might be wrong.
No. The false sorcerer.
Oh yeah, the sorcerer.
False summoner.
Yeah. The summoner, Horizon.
You're like speaking my language right now. It's like everything that you're talking about Diablo 2 is just it makes me smile. It makes me laugh, but it just fills me with nostalgic joy, and I want to thank you, Tidonus, for that.
Well, Tilly was laughing her ass off at me a while back because I was playing it, and I found Uber Diablo.
Oh yeah, but there's a fan art made of that. I love that.
Wait, someone made fan art of that?
Yeah, you remember? You're like, I feel personally attacked.
What?
Send that to me again. I can't remember it.
Oh, here, I'll show up. So essentially, like Tidonus was a random spawn of like max level Diablo, and it was terrorizing Tito. He actually popped it. Somehow he popped in stream, or heard you in stream. Like, help me, I'm scared or something. And someone drew that as fan art. Here, let me find it real quick.
Yeah, I ran into Uber Diablo outside of a. It was outside of a waypoint, and no, because I went in there to go get Wart's leg because it was on my nightmare my character that was on. It was in hell difficulty because I was going to get Wart's leg so that way I could get ready for the cow level. which totally does not exist. I go into Tristram, and there he is, just solid black Diablo. I'm like, I'm gonna die.
Oh yeah, that clone Diablo is not fun. Very
No.
difficult.
Uber Diablo is terrifying.
You see the stream.
Hell difficulty
This-
Diablo. Huh? Do what, Tilly?
There's the fan art on stream there.
Oh gosh, I don't remember
Aw.
this.
Yeah, I posted that, and you were like, I feel personally attacked.
Oh.
You're like, Tilly, help me, I'm scared. And I ran through that.
That is so cute.
Okay, that's actually adorable.
It is.
But yeah, it
Play
was.
Torchlight a little bit. I know what it is. It's kind of like a Diablo clone-ish.
Yeah, it was. It was. It's re-Diablo like made by the devs who made the OG Diablo. Yeah, I heard that. But yeah, Diablo 2 Resurrected. If you've ever played Diablo 2 or ever want to get to play Diablo 2 for yourself, Blizzard I know is on everybody's shit list, but at the same time, I will admit Diablo 2 Resurrected, it's a banger, and I recommend it to everybody.
I too also recommend that as well. Not only it was recreated as a vision, but it was also how it also was created by the amazing people of Vicarious Visions who did this game, but also did Crash, Spyro, and Tony Hawk's 1 and 2.
Yep.
And
go
VV
ahead.
did a really amazing job.
And I will say this: I know, and I've said this before. I know Blizzard is their higher ups are jackasses,
Oh,
but
yeah.
I think we can all admit their cinematics team are second to none.
Oh yeah. It's
Oh,
like
yeah.
it's like it's like whenever I watch a cinematic from a Blizzard game, like whether it be WoW or Diablo, you know it's going to be really good.
Oh
And
yeah,
then
it is top notch.
Like Blizzard and 2000's Final Fantasy or Square Enix.
Yeah,
Oh,
Yeah.
they're the best.
but yeah, Diablo 2 Resurrected. I recommend it to everybody. Go play it. And if you still play Diablo 3, get the Primeval edition, because then you get a little couple bonuses for your Diablo 3 game. You get Mephisto's wings. You get a little miniature Mephisto to follow you around. I mean, and I'm going to be honest, Mephisto was my favorite Primeval.
Scaringly cute,
Alright.
the small one.
Now, speaking of quality of life improvements, Doom 3 Big Fucking Gun Edition. First off,
I've
you got
heard
Hearthstone.
good things about it.
yeah, the original did not have controller support. Which, if FPS on keyboard and mouse ain't terrible. But controller support, and you had actually checkpoints, and an armor-mounted flashlight, because you can either hold your flashlight in your hand, because that game is really, really dark, or your gun. So you can defend yourself, but it's going to be pretty dark.
Yep.
Yeah.
Doom 3.
Yeah.
Yeah, the lighting has not been the greatest in that game. It was more of like to lower or dim the lights because it was going for more horrifying. It was going for a horrifying effect.
It's seated.
Yeah, and I'm not saying that Doom 3 was bad. I just think that it never held the appeal of the other Doom games. It had its own charm to it, which I can appreciate. And I actually did a mix between I did a mix
Robo.
between. Hey, how's it going, Robo? I did a comparison with Quake 4 and Doom 3, and both of them have their own syndrome. That's all.
I heard it didn't feel like a Doom game.
Yeah, it just didn't feel like a normal Doom game to me.
Yeah,
It felt like
Survival
more,
horror game.
yeah, just straight up survival horror.
It's up to everyone else, Robo. But now I wonder, Diddy Kong Racing had a remake on the DS. Like, what
Yes,
was that?
I actually owned it, and it was a lot of fun. My only gripe is they took Banjo and Conquer out because they were not. It was not made by Rare, because Rare was
That's-
owned by Microsoft.
That's true.
Darling, you did ask.
So they replaced him with 2 other characters that I did not know.
And that was Conquer before she was like, he was an asshole.
Yeah, that was Conquer before Conquer's Bad Fur Day.
Yeah.
But I played it and it actually handled pretty well. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah,
I agree.
Bad Fur Day.
Oh, Conquer's Bad Fur Day was too much fun.
Hmm.
I should not. I played that when I was younger, and that should answer a lot of questions for some people.
Anyways, let's see. Is everyone okay if 10 girls joins?
Sure.
I don't mind.
Hmm.
Hey,
Hello.
Robo!
Okay.
Hi.
Hi.
So what's going on? Talking about remakes and all that?
Remakes and remasters.
Oh,
Let's see here. At some point, I'd like to get into the Dragon Quest games. Oh, the DuckTales remaster right here is really good.
And it looks beautiful too.
I haven't had a chance to try it, but it
Yeah.
looks.
it's too bad they could never do the sequel because the guy who voiced Scrooge passed away, if I remember right.
Well, the new series that they did on Disney Plus. It's the new guy sounds exactly like old school Scrooge.
Well,
Is it-
maybe.
Is
Okay,
it
well then.
David Tennant? I swear to God, David Tennant voices him. I'm curious now.
I should get his voice before the remake came out.
By the way, they did share a screenshot of the Dragon Quest 3 HD remaster.
I was right. David Tennant does voice Scrooge McDuck in the remake on Disney.
Huh.
Yeah, he did a good job as Scrooge.
Let's see here. Elevator Action's underrated. Oh, Fahrenheit Indigo Prophecy. That was a fun game.
My buddies loved that one. I didn't get a chance to play it.
Yeah, I'll keep seeing my GOG copy.
Hang on. I'm gonna post this here, so here we go.
Oh.
It's in Podcast Studio.
Okay, wait, what are you posting? Tell me. Let's see here.
Dragon Quest? I mean here. Yeah.
That's a screen capture of the upcoming remake.
Oh. The Woody Warrior and
Interesting.
okay, let's see here. Far Cry, oh, they made a remake on the Wii? Huh.
The only one I played to any extent, and I beat it, and I platinumed it on my PlayStation, was Far Cry Primal.
Ah. Yeah, that's the one I kind of looks like. I want to play it with guns, not, you know, Primal. Let's see here. I said this might have to be a two-parter, because, like, we're only in the letter F. At least I am.
Yeah.
But, let's see here. Final Fantasy 1 had a lot of remakes.
Oh, yeah.
I actually found a copy of the Wander Song color, but the freaking owner went $200 for the fucking thing.
Oh,
Damn.
Jesus.
It's a collector's item.
Yeah.
At that point, if you can find the original Final Fantasy, it's a major flex.
Yeah, I would have paid it if it wasn't in Japanese only. Let's see here. Then
Yeah,
there's the Origins on PS1.
that's an even bigger flex.
Then Dawn Souls on the Game Boy Advance, and then the version I like is the PSP one.
Mm-hmm. I still own that physically, by the way, along with Final Fantasy 2 and Final Fantasy 4.
Oh, that's good stuff.
Yeah.
Pixel Remaster. I never played those. Are those any good?
Yes. They redid the music. It is much better now. They actually did it with all 6 games. They redid all the music and graphics.
Thing is, I will only ever play the PS1 version of Final Fantasy V because Pirate Ferris is best Ferris.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, I love Ferris. I have the art book for a bunch of the Final Fantasy games, and
Yes,
her
I know.
original
Good
concept
thing.
art is gorgeous. Because she has her blonde variant and her purple hair variant.
Oh, now you reminded me. What's the artist's name? Yamato.
Oh, yeah, I
Oh,
forgot his name.
Freaking.
But-
Like he recently just released a big art book of all his greatest hits. It's like
Yeah.
oh, I want that book.
Yoshitaka Amano?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, the stuff he did for Final Fantasy, or the stuff he did when he was working with Tatsunoko, or whatever that anime company was, I forgot the name.
Tilly, is the one you're referring to called The Sky?
Yes.
Yes, I have that one. It is literally a weapon. I could murder somebody with it. That's a series I have. Unfortunately, there's no, like, it's all pictures, so there's no, like,
Yeah.
insight onto, like, the
Okay.
character designs. It's
Do
just
you
like,
want
look
it?
at this pretty art. And everyone's blonde. I'm not kidding. Everyone is blonde.
Oh, it's so pale. So no pigmentation. Yes.
And everyone's just blonde. He just loves blonde characters. That's the only thing
Yeah.
I can say. You
I say he should just move to Germany. Well, yeah. Do you want it? 'Cause I'll take it off your hands.
You're not getting my art books. Hell no.
An
I
attempt
will-
was made.
No one gets my art books. I'll murder somebody if they try to touch my art books.
Okay.
Final
I don't-
Fantasy 2 would be the weird one. I mean, it plays like Final Fantasy, but their grinding system is, let's just say, it's kind of like a predecessor to the Saga's level system, like a primitive version.
Because I was going
Alright,
to
now
say
towards the media, McBone.
there's only 2 Final Fantasy remakes that I played and that I actually enjoyed. And that was Final Fantasy VIII Remastered, because like I said, I loved 8. And Final Fantasy Tactics: The War of the Lions.
Hmm.
We'll get to that one in a second here. Episode remake will probably get another episode at some point.
Yes, Lehman.
And let's see here, 8 remastered. Yeah, aside from some people bitching about some of the character models. Yeah, I heard good things about that.
I'm surprised 6 has not been remastered.
It has.
Because there's so
Yeah,
many
yeah.
references to 6 in Final Fantasy
Pixel.
14.
Yeah,
Well,
they redid it for Pixel remaster.
Well, like Pixel,
yeah.
but I think people want the really fancy versions, like what they
Yeah,
did with
like-
7.
Yeah,
I
to
think
my
that's
shock,
what people want.
Yeah, since there's no extra content, like no side stories, no sequels, no
Mhm.
actual full-grown remakes, which
It's
is weird
just-
too, because growing up,
Lehman.
I always had those 6 and 7 compared.
Mhm.
From Arctic.
Get out.
And there's just so
I
many
was Team
characters too. They can do so much
Yeah.
with that, which I think is really odd.
Yeah, like 6 and 8, and 9, I guess. We're just yeah, they didn't really get shit.
Yeah.
Uh,
The Pixel remaster of Final Fantasy 3, just so you know, it's based on the Famicom version. So it doesn't have the 4 original characters, unfortunately.
yeah, I do kind of prefer that PSP version.
Or actually, it was in the DS first, and then it got released in PSP.
Oh, Lotus, it's the Pixel is 1 through 6. Still good value.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean
It's
that's
a bundle deal.
6 20+ hour RPGs.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man. So speaking of Final Fantasy X, I just read that fucking novel. No wonder 10-3 might not happen.
Right.
I mean,
But
just asking,
if
have you heard about what happens?
Yeah.
Pardon? Sorry, there's a lot of people are talking.
Oh, what happened in basically, I read that Japanese-only novel of 10-3, and actually found out what happens after 10-2, and why 10-3's in development hell.
Oh, I know. I never read about that actually.
So essentially, Tidus dies again.
That sucks.
Guess how he dies? So he goes to kick a blitzball, but he mistakes a bomb as a blitzball.
What the fuck?
What a
Yeah.
dumbass.
And so he literally, the book describes him exploding into paste. And the unit passes out from shock.
That's pretty brutal.
Get shit on.
Oh
And
my
this is canon.
goodness! Like that's so violent.
Yeah,
Wow, I had no idea.
Oh my God.
And then it gets over. Then the Far playing Fate for like, we'll resurrect him again. So literally 5 minutes later, he's back. And then in the audio drama, basically the audio book, which and these are all actual canon. Then after all unit goes through, because 10-2 is basically about letting go and moving on.
Yeah.
But unless you want to go through the mindset of like, let's get this guy back. Basically, after she goes through, she's like, I found a new man, and she breaks up with Tidus. And they also bring Sin back somehow, basically making everything in 10 pointless.
Oh, I hate that kind of bullshit. I hate when they like pretty much like, oh, we defeated the bad guy, JK, he's like back. It's just like, it's like my
Wow.
of Dragon Ball. It's like, we defeated Frieza. Too bad he's back again, because no one fucking dies in the series. I'm like, you just killed Frieza.
Jesus, that's
Like,
terrible.
No consequences. Death has no consequences.
DBZ has
in Dragon Ball.
Yeah, I just
unless
don't
you're
like
Raditz.
Well, Dragon Ball Z problem. Dragon Ball the original was blessed, beautiful. Dragon Ball Z just drove me insane.
I like.
I'm not even gonna go to that rabbit hole.
I liked Super because they made Broly canon.
Yeah, like that's his own podcast right there, DBZ podcast. So basically an audiobook literally undid the first 2 games.
Oh my god.
So,
That shouldn't exist. No, please don't.
yeah, because like the original writer did it, so technically it's considered canon. So as if they made a third game, they had to go off that material. And
That would have been a disaster.
Oh, that would be such a train wreck, and I'd love to see it.
oh yeah.
Will you get down, Lehman? We're going to bed soon.
Okay. Yes, we are pushing the 2-hour mark. We'll definitely have to continue this next episode. So
Okay.
Sassy, I've been I'll let you off your leash. Go talk about that Spyro.
No, I feel bad. We can talk about Spawn next time. Let's go down the list.
Okay. Robo, did you mention anything of remakes and remasters?
Oh yeah. Has anyone ever played Cybernator for the Super Nintendo?
Heard
Nope.
about that. I think I know what you're talking about, but
Yeah.
Never even heard of it.
I have a remake of that. I think it's on the Switch or PS4, and I think on Steam, but it's under its original Japanese title. It's in English, but it's under its Japanese title of Assault Suit Valken, because
yeah, I remember that. That's a good.
yeah, it's part of the Assault Suit series, like Assault Suit Lanos or Target Earth, as it was originally called in English.
Yeah, essentially, it was like a 80s or early 90s mech anime, and it made it a Super Nintendo game. It was awesome.
Yeah, Assault Suit Valken had character artwork by Satoshi Urushihara.
Yeah.
A really awesome mangaka. Like, artist, I mean.
Yeah. So she plays the sequel plot.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. But definitely, usually I should like emulate the Super Nintendo game.
Mm-hmm.
So.
And that remake actually brought back a lot of stuff that got cut in the American version. I won't spoil, but let's just say the American version had to take down some stuff that wouldn't fly back in the day.
Oh yeah.
Like in the family-friendly era of Nintendo back in the early days.
I imagine there's some female nudity in it.
Well, not nudity, it's just violent stuff. Because of course it is a game where it's about mecha and the horrors of war and science, giant mechas anime and all that.
Right. Let's see here. Moving on to FF12. The Zodiac Age, I hear great sayings.
I fucking hated 12. I'm sorry. 12 sucked.
I had a good time with 12.
Kind of agree, because I only played it once, and so like the plot did that sink, so it kind of went over my head.
Never have I ever seen a shittier protagonist. I'm just like, why do you exist?
That's fair.
Well, Vaughn wasn't the main protagonist. We all know it was Balthier.
Yeah, exactly. I'm just like, I like snarky British man. I don't like this sassy child. Not even sassy, annoying child.
Let's see. Yeah, like, it's like Leftovers to Dine.
I still wish
Dinosaurs
Ash
to Dine.
was the main character in 12 because it would have been way more interesting. because her
Yeah,
like
she went both to her Nash.
she was like she was going to be the queen, then she got overthrown and her husband died. I'm like, that's way more interesting than I'm a street urchin.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
but they're like, bunny girl butt cheeks, here you go.
Fran was fine. Everyone was fine,
Yeah.
except for Vaughn. You could literally take him out and the plot would still be the same.
Let's see here. And, oh, forgot about this thing. Final Fantasy 15, the Pocket Edition.
It was basically Chibi 15.
I didn't even know that existed.
Ugly chibi, yeah.
I just knew the original Final Fantasy 15, the original version, drove me up the fucking wall.
I loved it.
I hate it because you know what they took out and made DLC. I'm like, oh my god. It's like they gave me a hamburger with just the buns.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what is this?
I got the Royal Edition on my PS4, and I had a good time with it.
Well, like, the Royal Edition has the DLC included in it. If you didn't have the DLC, like, when it first came out, like, fresh off the press, it was bad.
And like, oh, here's an anime, and here's a movie, and here's some other shit.
Yeah, I had a good time with it, but at the same time, it ended on a fucking gut punch.
Yeah, I did understand the gut punch of the original story that was scrapped altogether. And there was also DLC that was scrapped, but you can read about it in a novel.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, I need to play the Royal Edition, so I like this game, because I just ran around on a chocobo for like 50 hours.
I'm not gonna lie, I
did get a monster truck.
Yeah, there was an achievement you could get if you it was an achievement, and it was me kind of cheesing the game a little bit because I played it on my PlayStation 4, and I got to the point where you get experience for just driving around in the regalia. Yeah. So what I did I did it for 2 days. I used to have my hair really long, so I had all these hair ties, and I used my hair tie on my controller to constantly pull down my left trigger button for the gas.
Mm-hmm.
And I had it set to the where the headlights will make it safe to drive at night. And I just basically plugged in my controller, put it in my desk drawer so that way my cats couldn't get to it. And for 2 days I played other things, and I just let the regalia drive around in infinite circles. Because it had kind of an auto driver, like an autopilot. Mm-hmm. So all you had to do is just hold the trigger and you would drive. You wouldn't even have to steer. The car would steer for you. And I lowered the speed because I did that one time, and I looked and my car was wrecked. And so I was like, okay, turn down the speed a little bit on this, and so I don't hit every fucking rail guard or every guardrail. And I did it for 2 days. My character jumped up like 15 levels.
Wow.
Because it's only for like every, I think, Lehman, for like every 10 minutes of driving, you get like 2 experience. So I was like, I heard a lot of people just like, yeah, this is the best way to farm experience.
Hey, Cindy, go in circles. Let's do NASCAR.
Yeah, the worst part about 15, it bottlenecks so hard. I was like, okay, you're in plot now. And I'm like,
yeah, the last act was just, the first, like 50 hours. Oh, wide open world. Have a good time. The last, like, 2 hours. Yeah, you're going in this bottleneck and there's no derailing this.
Oh yeah, whatever the hat guy, fucking Reinhardt, his same voice actor is Reinhardt from Overwatch, so I just call him Reinhardt. It's like, I'm the daddy and I'm gonna fuck with you, and I'm like,
Aaron DePaul.
What?
Yeah, Arden was his name.
Yeah, no, Reinhardt. Evil Reinhardt.
Look, he's a sweet old man, Darren DePaul. But like, what was I gonna say? Shit, I lost my train of thought here.
Mm-hmm. Wait, Final Fantasy 15?
Oh, yeah, because I actually, in Chapter 3, I made up to level 75. Because those side quests apparently didn't ever fucking end. I hate when games do that.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It just pads the game.
And then, like, so I got to, like, Chapter 4 or 5, where basically we fight the Dragoon lady.
She's so hot!
I beat her 2 hits, and I'm so disappointed now. I just put the game down. So now I gotta figure out how to balance my own playthrough. Next time I pick it up.
Nah, break the game. Make the devs cry.
Let's see here. I like a good drawn out fight in 15, but anyways, a remake done bad was Crystal Chronicles.
I never played the original Crystal Chronicles, so.
Yeah, I'm a little concerned because I could see you play the original on GameCube emulator, but it was not designed for one player. Yeah, because basically there's this miasma throughout the world, and so in order to traverse the maps, one player has to carry this orb or something, and which makes this radius that he can stand in. And while monsters coming at you, basically one player needs to hold the orb and maneuver so everyone can stay within the radius. But if you step out, you start suffering. So if you're just one player, you gotta freaking pick this thing up, carry it around, put it down when enemies come, and and not go out of radius, because then you gotta pick it up and move it. So essentially, you got it's like you're escorting yourself.
Yeah.
And
that sounds terrible.
Then the remake, for whatever reason, you get basically it has online. You can join your friends online now. But however, only the host gets experience points and advances in the game.
Oh, that's BS.
So you would have to literally do every dungeon 4 times for everyone.
Yeah, no, that's just bad game design.
Yeah. So tell me about War of Lions. How do you think about it?
I loved it. It was such a great thing because in the original Final Fantasy Tactics, it was in the language was English. Like they did as good as a job of localizing it as they can, but there were times when it would be in English.
Yeah.
And instead of kind of like a fantasy, where they where they talk, kind of the classical way of speaking English. It was it was modernized. And they added cell shaded cutscenes, which were voice acted, which was which a lot of people loved. They added, and the bad thing is that they made this on a PSP originally, so a lot of people didn't do it. But they added a multiplayer version where it was where they made a rendezvous where you work with other players to get rewards, and it was the only way to get the full Dark Knight armor set and gear. And they also made a PvP version called Melee. The good thing was even if you lost, your characters would not die, because if you got downed, that character was unconscious for 3 turns, and if you don't resurrect them by the time timer hits 0, by the time that it comes to their turn next, they would either turn into a crystal or a treasure chest, and that character was lost forever.
Yeah.
But they fixed they fixed the language where it was the the fantasy speak, the fantasy lingo and everything. The only gripe I had is they slowed down the animation, so it didn't the spell animation, so it didn't match the sound for the spells. But I managed to get a ROM of it and a PSP emulator, and I also found a mod that fixed the sound files, made it where you're able to get the Dark Knight gear, and loosen the requirements of getting Dark Knight, because the way to get Dark Knight originally, you had to master Black Mage, which was hard because it was such a job point sink. You had to master the Knight class, which was not as bad, but it was still, rough.
Yeah, then you had the calculator every playthrough, so that's not so bad.
Then you had to have a level 8 Dragoon, level 8 Geomancer, level 8 ninja, and level 8 samurai. That, and you had to crystal 20 opponents.
Huh.
They loosened that up, and they did. Oh yeah, they made where everybody automatic gets job point up passively. So that way, you're getting the most amount of job points out of the entire game. But
Let's see. I heard it had a bad loading problem.
War of the Lions or the original?
War of the Lions.
Sometimes, yeah, the loading, it would take forever for a map to load, and but at the same time, it was also, from what I heard, it was pushing the PSP to the limit of what it could do.
Oh yeah.
Because of all this new info coming in all at once, and I still laugh at people who play Final Fantasy 14. They're like, "Oh, red chocobos ain't shit," and I'm like, "You don't fucking know the terror of a red chocobo until you play Final Fantasy Tactics and you're in a random encounter with 7 red chocobos."
I know that encounter you speak of.
Yeah, it is. Then everybody got the fear, of the gods put into them when Boja happened, and it was just everyone's like, "Oh, it's just one red chocobo." I'm like, "Oh shit."
Let's see here now. Okay, now do you folks want to go on further, or should we end it here at the letter G on this list?
I am gonna have to tap out because I still got work in the morning.
Okay.
And midnight is as late as I can go on
Gotcha.
these on a school night. If y'all want, y'all more than welcome to continue. It's just I would have to bow out.
That's all good. That's good. We appreciate you being here, Kaidos.
Of course.
Yeah, I always enjoy coming on here. It's always fun. I always have a good time.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Tito, about the picture, by the way. You would have to change that yourself at Fuji Tech. Cause I would rather have the Gid Bar PNG as opposed to that screenshot, but you gotta change that yourself at Fuji Tech.
Okay, I don't know. You'd have to walk me through that.
Yeah, no problem.
All right. Well, I will talk to y'all later. And
Okay,
I'm gonna be
have a good
bowing
one.
out. So y'all have a good night.
Take it easy.
Night night.
Good night.
But yeah, do you rest of y'all want to call or keep going?
I mean, added energy drinks sound pretty Gucci.
What?
Energy drink makes brain go burr.
Okay, Mr. Valets.
We can end it at G.
Okay, so. Oh, you want to do G and then call it?
Like how big's the G list?
It's
Actually,
not
let me look.
too big unless you're really into Grand Theft Auto.
Oh yeah. Let's see. Let's see here. Yeah, it's not that big. Well, yeah, I guess we could save this one though. So I see something. I know. I know he's played Grandia. Let's see.
Yeah.
And I'll definitely have something to say about Gravity Rush.
I
And I
know
wonder if Tito played God of War. But...
the GoldenEye remake was really bad. I just heard that.
Oh,
was
really?
I heard the controls aren't as smooth. They're not as it's accurate as people wanted them to be. But then again, they look through that game with nostalgia goggles, so you don't really know.
Okay, so it's a good place to call it here. Robo, you want to try and fight you for part 2?
Sure. I wouldn't mind joining in for part 2.
Alrighty.
Yeah, glad to have you.
Let's see. Yeah, I guess I'm gonna go to everyone's just get their schedules down because I think I'd like to do this for Monday, but
I can do Monday.
I guess I can do Monday.
okay. But yeah, let's I think y'all liked the Assassin's Creed Tilly picture, right?
Yeah, I think it's wonderful.
I think.
So let's raid the artist who made it.
Oh, that's
okay.
such a great idea.
Let's do it.
Alrighty. And yep, I'll catch you down most likely tomorrow. What is tomorrow? The 21st. So, let's play some Cyberpunk or something. We'll see. Okay. Anyways, yep, I'll keep you all updated on like the new Square Enix Club and the FC and the podcast. Okay, and yep. Jones, where can they find you? Yeah.
I guess I'll start first.
Yeah.
So you can find me at TV. No. Yeah. Okay, how do they work again? Okay, it's twitch.tv/SassyChestnut. I am streaming tomorrow with some, what do you call it? Fire Emblem Three Houses, where I fell in love with Dimitri because he's a mood. He hates the sun. I hate the sun. I felt a connection there, so I ditched Claude to literally restart the game and go with Blue Lions. I'm sorry, Claude. I'm sorry, but you're not much of a mood. I need to go with the guy who's a mood and the baby girl. I'm sorry. Not much of a
Damn.
I need my baby girl Dimitri, okay? I'm sorry. No, everyone chat's like, did you actually just restart the game? I'm like, yeah. And I fucking fast forward through everything to get to where I was. They're like, okay, boys, we did it.
Okay, and Knock, would you like to plug your channel?
You can find me on Twitter or X at MouthAlKnocked, or you can also find me on twitch.tv/KnockedLX. I'll be playing Quake 2 Remastered on Nightmare Mode, which is the hardest difficulty in the game thus far. And I'll be doing that for all the mission packs as well. So I just started on Quake 2, and the mission packs will follow as such. So thank you again, Tilly, for bringing me in these wonderful podcasts. It's an honor. I greatly appreciate it.
I love you, my friend. And where can they find? Yeah, what you up to today, Robo?
Yeah. I just got off stream moments ago, so yeah, this is the reason why I asked to join in after it was done and over. But I stream on www.twitch.tv/HyperRobotangerous. Tomorrow I'm doing episode 9 of my Retro Thursday series, which is every week, and I'm playing probably one of the hardest NES platformers ever, Holy Diver by Irem.
Oh, that's a good one.
I don't know that.
Yeah. There's going to be lots of metal references, so yeah. And it's going to be a hard one. So wish me luck, everyone.
Alrighty. Good luck, darling.
I
Alright,
will.
let's take it over to Yasotas, who's one of my OG artists.
Yay! Art raid.
Yes. I'll catch you all down tomorrow. Love yous.
Yeah. And I'm holding my Tilly plush very closely.
Remake Blood Rain.
Remake the Jack games. Holy crap, please.
Yes. Anyways,